It's not a medical mask. Welcome to Cheapskate. Today is a great day for crafting. And in this video, we want to share with you a few of the ways that we keep it cheap by using the stuff that we already have around the house to make other stuff that we need for around the house. One of the ways that we've saved money in this time is by making our own masks. I know everybody's making their own masks and everybody says that they have the perfect design and they might for their face, but one thing I know for sure is that everybody's face is different. Trying to get the pattern where it was comfortable on my face, that's just part of it, and that was a lot of fun for me on seeing what kind of pattern I wanted to sew. Alright, so first things first, where do we find this spare cloth, this extra cloth around the house? And I'm pretty sure if you have a family or children, you're going to find it all over the place, in every single closet. Almost every single closet in my house is occupied with my crafting stuff. And I consider my children's clothes crafting stuff. And we have a lot of it. We want to figure out, do we want to use it? And the answer is yes, all the time. You want to save everything, all the time, every time. Save everything, put it away, save it for later. You might need it for something else. Much like the cereal boxes that I've been saving for a while, I had to make several patterns. So I saved several cereal boxes for a few months, and I went through them. At one point I thought I was gonna run out of larger cereal boxes, and then the pattern started getting smaller and smaller as I adjusted it for my nitpicky ways around the ears or the nose. I always found fault in the patterns that I was designing, and so I had to go back and switch it up, well, one way or another. And I went through a few patterns because what feels comfortable for me might not feel comfortable for you, or maybe it's just because they would rather have it with elastic instead of rubber bands, or with cloth instead of hair ties. And here you see the masks that I had sewed in the beginning, trying to figure out which pattern that I wanted to actually replicate several times. I was trying to find out which one was fitting right on the nose, around the chin, which one would be functional for whenever I'm talking. And a lot of these you can see I just totally messed up. The sewing was way off. I had sewed it inside out the wrong way. It was a big mess. So whenever I finally decided on a pattern, I started cutting out many patterns. Two sizes, one adult, one child. I figured that if I had more patterns ready in a row, I would be able to sew more pattern masks in a row, forcing repetition in both the process of cutting and sewing. The more minutes I invest in cutting, the more I can invest in learning how to sew. At least that's the idea. I'm also saving time by folding the cloth over in order to make multiple patterns at once. These patterns, as a matter of fact, they weren't even my last. The smaller patterns didn't fit my kids' faces, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I keep on making mistakes. A lot of my masks aren't so great, but you know, I keep on trying to learn how to sew. You get a sewing machine, and that's what you do. Now, if you can, if at all possible, try to get yourself a brand new sewing machine that you can actually read the instruction guide, and hopefully yours comes with a DVD, and then you can begin to sew. And sew, sew and sew, and sew and sew and sew. Now, these masks were closer to fitting comfortably for me. Mainly I'm trying to see where I need to fix the tabs of cloth that are folding over. So basically I'm just failing forward. Again, I'm no expert. I would say that my sewing skill is at like a 1. I've had a sewing machine and I can sew a straight line, and that's about it. And I don't do it well all the time. But you know, a little bit of practice, I can actually turn out something genuinely good. A functioning mask. Now what I mean by functional is I want it to be especially functional when I'm trying to communicate with somebody. Not only do I want to be heard, but I want to be understood. What's most important is that it goes below the chin and then above the nose, and then also that you're able to see. If you don't have enough chin room, then it'll pull off your nose, or you're always going to be adjusting it on your face. Everybody likes to breathe.
Okay, so here's a preview of the video we will be putting out next week, preparing for the fall and holiday seasons.
What am I trying to say here? I guess it'd be that if we all have to walk around with these face coverings, then it's a great time to learn how to sew. I have a lot of fun making these videos, crafting these face coverings. Learning this skill was a little bit difficult at the beginning, but with a little bit of patience, practice, and persistence, I believe that we can all be a little bit more productive in our crafts. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. Questions, comments, critiques, suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. But more than that, I want you to get out there, find a hobby, believe in your craft, invest in your tools, and whatever you do, keep it cheap. I have a lot of fun making these videos. Coronavirus!